Welcome into the Arrowhead Addict halftime show. The Kansas City Chiefs are down 10-0 to the Houston Texans in a game that, quite frankly, feels like they're lucky to be down 10-0. The beatings will continue until morale improves, and that should be the theme, the motto for the 2025 Kansas City Chiefs, because what are you really going to say? It is the same dog and pony show every single week. There's a lot to get into. But at the end of the day, this team just doesn't have it. They do not have it. Whatever it is, whatever the part of what they were a part of last year that allowed them to make plays when they needed them in big moments, it's gone. And maybe I'm going to have to rethink some stuff that I believe in sports, because last year, whenever the Chiefs were winning all these close games and things were going their way, it was a team that had proven year after year that they're very high level in these one-score games and execution. And they just have lost all that. Like, every bounce doesn't go their way. The first snap of the game, they lose Wanye Morris, who, let's be clear, wasn't a very good player. But you lose an offensive lineman in this game where, like, all we did is talk about the offensive line in this. They lose their best player on defense in Trent McDuffie the next series. They have a kick doink off of the upright because, of course, we couldn't get through a half of football without the Chiefs special teams doing their dumb shit. Then you have, and I mean, again, this is just how it goes. The Chiefs have almost an identical play to like what Jalen Petrie gets the interception on. Jalen Petrie, they tip the ball up in the air. He catches his own interception. An incredible play by him. The Chiefs kind of tip up a ball in the air, and Mike Edwards looks like he follows it. Well, Mike Edwards bobbled on the ground, and Jalen Petrie's didn't. Jalen Petrie gets the interception. Chiefs don't. Don't forget, you also have a game-changing penalty where virtually untouched, or it might have been untouched, Nico Collins falls to the ground, defensive holding. But don't worry, I've been assured that these games are rigged because Taylor Swift is there. So we're all good there, according to the media conglomerate of people who push that narrative. Look, the only thing you can tell yourself is this game's still in hand. 10 points. It feels like 17 could win it, but that feels like a tall, tall task for this team. I think the best thing to probably just kind of describe what this feels like is you literally don't know who to be mad at. Like, who do you start with? Do you start with the Chiefs defense letting Woody Marks walk in on third down? Do you start with several broken planes? Like, Nico Collins has 3 receptions for 103 yards. Do you start there? Do you start for the lack of pass rush? Well, they've got 3 sacks. They're kind of like the fakest 3 sacks you'll see. For the comment section, I will say this. The Chiefs offense doing what it is right now is tough. Like, it is tough sledding. They are on their 4th tackle. Technically their 5th tackle, depending on how you want to look at it. And, like, this is not an ideal matchup. And they've not gotten much help. But Noah Gray, you're allowed to catch the ball. You've had 2 chances, and you've dropped both of them. It's been absolutely brutal. And that's the thing, too, is, like, this is what I mean when I say they do not have it. It's not 1 or 2. If it was 1 or 2 players, back in 2023, when Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore couldn't stop dropping the ball, you just stopped throwing to them, and the other guys started to get it together a little bit. It's all of them. And guess what? It'll be someone else the next play. It'll be something stupid. Xavier Worthy will step out of bounds. Travis Kelce will drop it this time. There'll be somehow Juwan Taylor will get penalized even though he's not on the field. It's something every time. And that is just why it just feels like it cannot get better. I will say, I think the offensive line has done all right. Hunter Norzad must just be awful. A terrible 5th-round pick, apparently, because the man cannot get on the field. He was fairly highly thought of as a draft pick. And Mike Caliendo just appears to be a staple of the Chiefs offensive line. To me, he has had the worst game of the 3 replacement offensive linemen. I will say, I also think that the defense has played all right in this game, considering the drive that they gave up a touchdown on was heavily extended by a penalty that even the broadcast was pretty upset about, but doesn't matter. Thank you for the super chat, DJ 1978. Dave Tobe and Matt Nagy need to go. Look, guys, given the way the season has played out, there needs to be change somewhere. At the end of the day, this is Andy Reid's offense, but maybe what the change that Andy Reid needs is to have a different voice in his ear that's not one of his own voices, not someone who has been underneath him. I certainly think that would be warranted. Yeah, and Dave Tobe, I mean, I've got nothing for you. Like, Dave Tobe's units, they've been bad. They've not been good all year. Harrison Butker has struggled. They've had struggles with coverage. They get flagged a lot. When was the last good return by the Chiefs team? Like real good, where it's like, wow, we're already in field goal range. That never happens. It has gotten worse as time has gone on. And frankly, the only thing that's really saving the special teams being halfway decent is Matt Arise has had a pretty good year as a punter. Lord knows the Chiefs are giving him lots of opportunity. Let's talk through the stats here a little bit because we have to. CJ Stroud's completed 12 passes of his 19 for 171 yards and a touchdown. Been sacked twice. Woody Marks. They've pretty much shut down the rushing game for the Texans. 9 for 31 for Woody Marks, averaging 3.4 yards to carry. Nick Chubb, 1 carry for 3 yards. 3 yards to carry. Nico Collins. He's really good. I could have told you that a few hours ago. I could have told you that a couple weeks ago. The Chiefs did not get that memo. 4 receptions for 121 yards. So awesome there. Dalton Schultz, 3 for 22. Jaden Higgins, 1 for 9. Woody Marks, 2 for 8. By the way, while I'm thinking about it, the Chiefs, more specifically Andy Reid, not accepting the penalty, declining the penalty on the punt, and then punting the ball. Like, they would have been at 4th and 5 at their 45 or their 50. They should have thought about going for that. They should have thought about going that. That was another puzzling decision. Chiefs offense, Mahomes 8 for 12, 58 yards, 4.8 yards per attempt. He's got an interception, sacked twice. The pressure hasn't felt insane. Like, there's been times when the Chiefs, especially their the Super Bowls, where the pass rush has been so ferocious. It just feels like they can't have any semblance of an offense. I will say this. If we're going to, grab our pitchforks and torches, I do not think that the Chiefs game plan in this game has been pitiful. I can see that they made a considered effort to get the ball out. They're moving the pocket. They're rolling out. I can see all that. Right. And, someone was making comments about like no more running the ball. Look, you guys have always clamored for them to run the ball more. You want them to run the ball more. Now you see the results and you don't want it. Right. Like with this without Trey Smith, this is with 2 backup tackles and a pretty poor running back room. And oh, by the way, like the best defense in the NFL. Like, this is what it's always going to look like here. This was always going to be a grind. But they have to continue to do it. Chiefs leading wide receiver is Xavier Worthy, 2 for 32. Tyquan Thornton, 2 for 19. Rashee Rice, 2 for 12. 1 for 5 for Juju. They need to get Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce combining for 12 yards at a half, isn't it? And yeah, like Noah Gray, I'm okay if we just don't target him anymore, because apparently he decided to not bring gloves or whatever he likes to do to catch the football. Had an insane catch a couple weeks ago, literally catching the ball concussed, and apparently decided to stop catching the ball after that. It's been pretty rough. Going forward here, it really feels like the only thing that is going to, if the defense can continue to be at least adequate, which I think that they have been adequate in this game, maybe the offense could hit a few explosives. And like you think about it, that's really what this game has been about. The explosive play, a turnover by the Chiefs, leading to 3 points by the Texans, and an explosive play down the field to Nico Collins, 2 of them. That's been the difference in the game. The Chiefs have 0 of them, and the Texans have 3 of them. You can't win a game that way. And then, oh, by the way, you can't win a game when you settle for a field goal in the red zone and then you miss the field goal. So Texans do get the ball after half. So that's not good news either if you're the Chiefs. At least they were able to stop them before half and not give anything else up. That felt pretty monumental there. Guys, whatever happens in this game, there's going to be a lot of things said and written. People are going to write narratives. They're going to have things that they want to say. At the end of the day, Arrowhead Addict, us, the fans, we've covered the team more closely than anybody else except here in Kansas City. So we're going to be able to have a realistic conversation about this team and what it is. So don't settle for surface level analysis. Come back and join us for the post-game talk. Sometimes it's better to suffer together. So maybe, just maybe, the Chiefs pull this out. They have a golden opportunity in front of them. The good news is they've played decent so far on offense and defense, but they've got to start getting some of these errors cleaned up. So we will be hoping that it's a post-game celebration. So join us back here on the Arrowhead Addict channel after the game. For me, like, final score prediction, it's tough to see the Chiefs winning here, man. Like, 20-17 Texans feels about right? Like, Chiefs give up about 10 more points. That feels about right. Chiefs get enough, and then they give up it's just going to be like how it always is. Mahomes has a chance, like, to get the ball back. It's 2017, and Texans get that first down in the game. Like, that's just what's going to happen. And I'm sure it'll be just the most hilarious way for them to extend a first down. It'll be a backwards pass to Dalton Schultz or something stupid, That's how it goes. Weston, don't get me started on draft talk. How anybody could look at this Chiefs roster right now and be like, God, we just need to spend our very, very high draft pick, the highest draft pick we'll have in a very long time, on a running back. Like that, I'm not ready to go there. I like Jeremiah Love. This team needs a lot more than a running back. Okay. I can't go there right now. I'm in too dark of a place. Besides, the Chiefs are drafting Emmett Johnson. So that's how that's going to go. All right. Well, hopefully your tonsils are getting tickled after this, and we will see how the Chiefs do. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to producer Sean, and we will see you after the game. Thank you. And I guess Chiefs.